Good morning, everyone. This is Julie McDonald with Microcom Technologies. I'd like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar with our very own Ryan McKenzie, Certified Engineer here with Microcom Technologies. He's our host today, and of course will be making the presentation today. If anyone has any questions, feel free to submit them in the question box, and Ryan will answer them at the end of today's presentation. Ryan, you are on. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Julie. Welcome, everyone, to this week's webinar presented by Microcom Technologies. My name is Ryan McKenzie, and today we'll be talking about network design and optimization services, which are some services that are now offered by Microcom Technologies. First, let's get a little bit about who I am, an introduction to the presenter. So my name is Ryan McKenzie. I've been with Microcom for approximately 2 years now. I've been in the industry, both the WISP industry and overall networking and IT industry for about 15 years now. I started in 2000 working for a company by the name of Renesys Technologies. Renesys was a company that manufactured RF amplifiers. So my introduction to the WISP industry was climbing towers and installing amplifiers at the top of a tower with 100 feet of RF cable, for example. I now am currently a certified trainer for Microcom, teaching MikroTik, Ubiquiti, as well as Certified Wireless Network Professionals, or CWNP, which is a vendor agnostic or vendor neutral wireless certification course that is offered. And listed are some of the current certifications that I hold. Most of you know Microcom, but for those of you that might not, a short introduction about Microcom Technologies. Microcom is a hardware stocking distributor, has been in business for over 15 years now, located in the heart of California, just outside of Los Angeles, where we have a sales and administration office, as well as a distribution facility where we receive product and also distribute to all over the world from California. We are mainly business to business. We have our main customer base is OEM, ODM, as well as resellers, value-added, and other resellers. And we have multiple high-tech products that we stock and sell from our California warehouse, including many that you already know, like Ubiquiti, MikroTik, Ingenious, and maybe some that you don't know. PepWave, for example, is a fantastic load balancer if you're looking for a multi-WAN solution where you want to balance between multiple internet connections. Nutanix is a fantastic switch line that is perfect for the WISP industry, offering PoE solutions and advanced switching capability. IgniteNet is another one that we're extremely excited about. IgniteNet is a relatively newcomer to the networking world. They offer a 60 gigahertz solution that is low cost, very, very high throughput technology, and products have been flying off the shelves. They're Metrolink 60 gigahertz models. We have many others. These are just an example of some of those that are usually the most popular. In 2014, Microcom introduced and opened up the Microcom Academy. Microcom Academy is an IT and network training center for adult learners. We have a number of engineers that we have gathered together over the last couple of years as we've built the Academy. And we offer certification classes, mainly vendor-specific certification classes, but we're always expanding. So we currently offer Ubiquiti classes, MikroTik certification, Ingenious, CWNP, again, vendor-neutral wireless education, and more are coming soon. Every day we're looking to expand the course catalog, and we're looking to add more IT and network courses that would benefit our customer base. Microcom Academy is a little bit unique in our approach. Microcom takes the training to you. We have multiple classes that we offer all over the country in multiple cities, whereas most academies and most certification houses expect you to come to them, have maybe 4 to 6 major trainings per year in a large city, and you incur a lot of travel expense and, more importantly, time away from your business. We prefer to take the training to you. We go to a number of small cities, are open to custom private certification courses where we come to you so that, number one, you don't have the expense of travel, and number two, and more importantly, the time of being away from your business. As you can see on the slide here, we have pictured just a couple of our locations that we're teaching in the next couple of weeks. As an extension of the Microcom Academy that was started in 2014, Microcom now offers Microcom Engineering. We have all this talent that we've gathered in certified engineers for Microcom Academy that we use to train people and to teach certification classes. These engineers have a huge, wide, and varied background, from Cisco certified trainers to Microsoft networking, Novell, computer science degrees, as well as other major WISP brands and a lot of experience in other major WISP brands. Microcom Engineering is a direct result of a customer request. Many times as we sit down in the Academy classes and we talk to our customers, we talk about we want to take it beyond the classroom. We want to go beyond what we learn in theory, and we want to actually have some real-world solutions. So as a response to the requests that have come from customers, we now go beyond just teaching theory in the classroom and now offer engineering and consulting services to help you manage your network, build your network, maintain and troubleshoot your network as well. Some of the services that we include in our Microcom Engineering are listed here. We're not limited to, but these are some of the major ones that we offer. So, for example, network engineering and design, including wireless site survey and outdoor link calculations, pre-deployment simulation, network simulation, and virtualization. We'll look at that a little bit more in detail. Network visualization we'll also look at in a couple of slides. Installation and commissioning. Installation and commissioning is kind of unique because many network operators that we speak with have their own network installers. However, somebody that might be just getting started doesn't have the resources to have full-time staff for installation, so we can help contract that out and handle the networking installation and commissioning for new networks. Network optimization. We have a lot of experience with logging into a network, seeing where the bottlenecks are, and helping to uncork those bottlenecks and see why you're having trouble with a network and see why it's not giving you full throughput. Troubleshooting and break fix. Eventually, everything's going to break down, and so it's nice to have somebody that you can fall back on for some troubleshooting and break fix. And we'll talk briefly about the idea of on-site and remote services. Most of our services can be offered remote, but we also have on-site services that we can offer as well. Let's look a little bit more closely at some of these specific services that we can offer. So, indoor wireless site surveys. In enterprise wireless, what you see pictured here, for example, is a hotel. You might have a business complex that you're in charge of. You might have an office that you have helped to build and maintain a wireless network. Indoor wireless has some unique issues. We have the capability and the tools to come in and do a full wireless site survey, including showing you your current coverage, understanding your dead spots, seeing where they are, predicting your dead spots, helping you do predictive analysis on what equipment would be best used, not only the hardware but the antennas, directional antennas, for example, to focus the energy in the right direction. Outdoor wireless link calculations. In the Academy, we have a lot of customers that come to us that say they are versed in indoor wireless and they're getting into outdoor wireless now, perhaps starting a WISP, or just want to expand their network using outdoor wireless technology. It can be daunting for many because outdoor wireless and indoor wireless are as different as night and day. So we can help you wade through some of that by helping you come up with point-to-point link calculations. On the screen you see just a simple tool that we use to help you determine Fresnel zone obstructions, what kind of link availability you have due to rainfall and other weather in your geographic area, as well as a thorough throughput prediction, depending on the budget that you have, the type of equipment you'd like to use, what kind of throughput you can expect out of a point-to-point backhaul link. Sometimes forgotten about in outdoor wireless is a coverage prediction. Again, the person that comes to us in a class and says, I'm starting a WISP, a lot of times they don't understand the implications of if I put a tower on top of my house or a tower on my neighbor's tower or sharing a tower space with somebody else, what kind of coverage area can I expect? So we have some simple tools that we can use to place a tower geographically on a map and predict what kind of coverage area you have. For example, add a second tower. Once you add a second tower in a different geographic location, this is the kind of coverage area you can expect. Add a third tower. This is the kind of coverage area you can expect. This becomes an invaluable tool for especially the new business person that's starting up a WISP, as now they have a tool that they can use to virtualize what their network is going to look like and what their customer base is going to be like based on virtualization versus having to go out and physically build a tower and see what the coverage area is. Pre-deployment simulations. This is a little bit unique. We utilize industry standard tools, like for example, pictured on the screen is GNS3, a pretty common network simulator. This allows us to take network configs, put them into a virtual router, and build a config and also test configs on a virtual network long before we ever have to touch a piece of hardware. This allows us now to take your configs and work with you on some advanced configurations. For example, if you're deploying VLANs or OSPF or BGP, and you want to see what that looks like before you actually affect a live network. This is a perfect way to do it, and we can do this for you and work through it with you or help you set up GNS3 so that you can do that yourself. Network visualizations. This actually is, I think a lot of times is common sense, but a lot of times it's forgotten about. We have a lot of people that come into our academy classes and manage, sometimes in some cases, hundreds of nodes all across the country, and yet they don't have any way to visualize their network. And we often say, if you can't see your network, then how can you actually manage your network? So we have a number of different tools that we can use in the engineering team. Some of them are free, like for example, what's pictured here is the Dude from Microtik. It's a free software. There are also some other open source software packages that we're familiar with, and some paid software packages depending on your budget needs and what your concerns are. And we can help you set up your network so that you can actually have a server that gives you a visual up-down, for example, of nodes that go up, nodes that go down. You can set up email and desktop alerts so that you can actually see and manage your network real time as opposed to waiting for somebody to call you to let you know that you have a problem. Lastly, on the technology side, we'll talk briefly about Ubiquiti Unify. For those of you that are familiar with Ubiquiti, Unify is a platform that was introduced a number of years ago and has slowly started to become much more integrated into the networking world. Some are choosing to turn their entire network over to the Ubiquiti Unify platform, which can sometimes be a little bit daunting as there are some hurdles that you have to overcome in order to utilize the Unified platform. We have a number of engineers that are qualified trainers and certified trainers in the Unify platform, can help you set up a cloud-based controller, can help you with hotspot customization, for example, billing for hotspots in a public environment, or perhaps a welcome page for a hotel environment. We have HTML programmers that can help you to customize a page to your needs. We also can help you upgrade to new software versions and make sure that we have compatibility across your hardware and software lines. And we can combine it all together. That's the beauty of Unify, as many of you know, is that you can now include in one platform cameras, phones, switches, and your router or gateway. And we have a number of engineers that can help you do that. Now, just a quick thought about remote versus on-site service. Most of our services can be offered remotely. We can utilize TeamViewer, and there's some other remote desktop sharing programs that we can use so that we can log into your desktop, your laptop, whatever you have, and we can help you manage your network remotely. Obviously, this is a huge savings on travel. It saves us time, it saves you time, and saves us on a lot of money that we'd normally have to charge for travel. That being said, sometimes you can't avoid travel. So we do offer on-site consulting and engineering services as well. One of the things I'd like to point out here that's a little bit different from other consulting and engineering services is because Microcom Engineering is an arm or linked to the Microcom Academy, we're able to utilize the Academy engineers, and a lot of times we can piggyback on-site service with Academy travel. We already have engineers traveling all over the country, going to Texas, Florida, New York, you name it, we're going there. And so when you call in with an engineering or consulting concern and you need an engineer on site, a lot of times we can coordinate travel expenses that are, for example, Texas to Texas versus California to Texas. Obviously, that is a huge benefit to you because it saves on travel expenses, and it's a huge benefit to us because it saves on travel time. Lastly, I'd like to introduce just a quick idea on our attitude at the Microcom Engineering. Teach a man to fish. We all know the statement that if you give a man a fish, you feed them for a day. If you teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. We have a similar mantra in the Microcom Engineering, excuse me, in the Microcom Engineering unit, and that is, use a contractor to fix a network and you may save a truck roll, but teach an owner to fix their own network and you help build a business. The Microcom Engineering unit is an extension of the Academy. The design and contractor philosophy is to show you exactly what we're doing, why we're doing it, and to educate you. That's a benefit because now you don't have to rely on an outside source all the time when you have network issues, when you have a break fix. Our design is to teach you how to build and maintain a network, not to continually try to send you billable hours. Lastly, let's talk about pay. Many of our competitors, there's a number of competitors that offer engineering and consulting services. Usually, they're billed at an hourly rate, just like a lawyer would be. And if you're like me, any of you that have sat down with a lawyer, you know the feeling. As soon as you sit down with a lawyer, you know exactly how much you're being charged, not only but every minute and every second. So every second that you're talking to that person, you're trying to get the phone hung up as quick as you can, or you're trying to get out of that office as quick as you can, because you're trying to avoid those overcharges. Because of that, we try to offer something a little bit different. We offer engineering blocks of time that you pre-purchase at a significant discount. Now you're not just paying for the time that you're using, you're buying a discounted block of time. This allows you to relax, take the time to learn. After all, this is, again, designed as an extension to the Academy where you can learn additional things. Knowing that you have that time, you can relax, take the time to learn it, and you can use those engineering blocks throughout the year. The last point that we'll point out is that no network is the same. As many of you have seen, every network is going to be a little bit different. Certainly there are some best practices that should be common across all networks. However, the application of those practices is going to differ with each network. So you can imagine in a short 15 to 20 minute webinar, it's hard to go over everything that we do in an engineering environment. So my invitation to you is call our sales department. When you reach out to your sales department, ask for a free consultation. We have engineers, Academy engineers, that will hop on the phone with you, discuss the needs of your network, what you currently have in place, the hardware that you have, our familiarity with that hardware, and what we can do to help you out, if we can help you out. In some cases, we might not be able to be honest with you. But in most cases, we can help you out and in the long run, help save a lot of money. This has been kind of short and sweet, but that is the end of the presentation. It's designed to give you just a quick overview. I hope that it's been somewhat beneficial to you, and I sincerely thank you for your time and open up the floor to any questions if there are any.
Thank you very much, Brian, for this fantastic presentation. Appreciate it very much. And it looks like we do have some questions for you, so let me read off the first one to you. Is there an opportunity to travel on site if there is not a course in the area? For example, if there is no course in Arizona, is there a chance for me to still set up an on-site meeting? I'm sure additional fees would incur, but what do you suggest?
Absolutely, yes. So we are offering our engineering and consulting services all over the country. Again, there is no need to necessarily piggyback with a current class that we're offering. We just try to do that in order to save some extra time and money. But every case is going to be different. So let's talk after the class, and you've got my email there. You've got the phone number for the sales department. Let's talk, and we'll come up with a way to make it happen. We are wide open to that.
Great, thank you very much. We've got another one for you. While doing consultation, are these heat maps able to be printed and sent to the customers as part of the consulting? Or would printed heat maps incur an additional cost?
As part of, it's a great question, perfect question. As consulting and engineering is kind of a tough product to sell, because when you buy a piece of hardware, you end up with something that you can hold in your hands. Engineering and consulting is not that way. You're buying somebody's time. So as part of the natural process, yes, we do offer anything that we can give to you, we give to you in a printed format and in a digital format. So any site surveys that we do, any link calculations that we do, the customer will have a hard copy of what we've done much more detail than what we've shown here in the slides. This is just designed to give you a quick preview. You'll have a multiple-page report that shows you all of the details of what we are doing when we do a site survey and a link count.
Thank you, Ryan. We've got a third question for you. Microcom does not sell Cisco gear. Do you offer consulting services for Cisco gear? Excuse me. If so, what about consulting for Ruckus and Cambian?
Great questions. Yes, we do. We have two engineers right now on staff and others that we're working with that are currently Cisco familiar and Ruckus. I've done a number of Ruckus installations myself. And we are very, I'd say, vendor wide. We have a number of vendors that we're familiar with outside of what we normally are known for at Microcom. So I think the best answer to your question is, Cisco is probably the number one question that we get, and yes, we do have the capability to do consulting with Cisco. Other brands, let's talk. We have a number of different capabilities with all the different engineers that we have in the academy, and in most cases, we should be able to help you out in whatever platform that you have.
Thank you, Ryan. That's it for our questions today. I appreciate everything you've done, and thanks everyone for attending. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact your sales rep, or you can email us at sales@microcomtech.com. If you wish to view any of the products or services mentioned here or shown today, please visit us at www.microcom.us or contact your sales rep as well. Please remember this webinar presentation was recorded and it will be uploaded to our Microcom YouTube channel. So if you would like to reference it again, you can certainly view it on YouTube. Thank you again, Ryan. Your presentation was fantastic, and everybody have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Welcome.